I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares through. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you.
Danger zone.
Fucking kidding me, man. There we go. Okay. I don't know what. Hey, that wasn't. No, you can't call me pro streamer. That wasn't my fault, motherfucker. That was not my fault. Alright, we got a few important things to do. I gotta talk to. Car 2 to car 3? What's your location?
Guys, we are upstairs in the entertainment room. If you take the stairs up.
Hi.
Hi there. Is this everyone?
Here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is everyone. Eyes hurting, but this is everyone.
You sounded so cheery when you said that.
Take my hat off.
Who's all here?
This is what we get told we're all getting fired.
Clark,
Why
you're
would you
fired.
fire-
Get
no,
out of here.
no, it's just that we need to
Out of here!
there's a reason why we're doing this is because we've got lieutenant applications to do and we wanted to see who's going to be staying behind here. Do we actually have
Sorry.
everybody here?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
I don't think we're missing
Anyone
anyone.
missing? I think it's
Well,
Dodd.
I'm missing
Wait.
my interview.
anyone gonna
I'm
take
missing
that
my
out?
interviewer, which is Dodd.
Pop down there.
Where did Dodd go? I need my. We need him for the interviews.
Guys, what's your 20? About ready to make my way upstairs. 10-4, double time if you can, please.
Okay.
Okay, I've got all my. I've got the line officers here. Okay. Yeah, so we are going to be doing some interviews today. Obviously, we're going to be prioritizing any calls, but let me see here. We actually had a few more people apply. What? I'm not doing it. Who's doing a speech? What? Oh, I stand in front of everybody. I don't need to stand. Okay, we've got all of our interviewers here.
Sorry.
Okay.
This may not work out for me.
Okay.
I'm having those struggles.
Right. Let me see here. We've got. Is McCullough around here?
He's dealing with somebody downstairs as a bell gunner.
I think he was
He's handling someone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as a bell gunner.
all right.
Okay, so we have.
Oh, there he is.
So for the interviews today, we'll have 3 chiefs and 3 line officers. Looks like.
Sorta.
What do you mean, sorta?
Never mind.
He,
What do you mean? What do you mean,
he said he's
sorta?
not-
The amount of
he didn't say sort of.
line officers there are currently.
Clark,
there.
why are you speaking for me?
I'm
I'm gonna sit
explaining
down.
it for
Thank
you.
you, intimidating
Fucking
me.
honest.
Okay, real quick.
I'm here, I'm here.
Wait, you
I-
have an
I
int-
just-
you
I
have
just-
a ride along downstairs.
I thought we
Oh,
were.
is he
Do we?
here?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go get him.
Okay. I thought. Where's our 3rd fucking chief?
The chief's supposed to be here? I'm confused.
Y'all messing
I
with
thought
me,
he
right?
was. I thought he was gonna be here. Garland.
Oh. I don't know. I'm confused. I've been on vacation.
Garland, is the 3rd chief here or not?
I think so.
He must be blind.
I am blind. You
I'm
know, the sun's a hell of a thing to stare at these
Are
days.
we waiting on another chief or something? McPaul?
I don't know. Why are you staring at
Where
me?
has McPaul been actually?
I vacation like I have probably.
Too
Garland.
lazy. I don't even get a vacation.
Garland. Okay, this
What?
is a fucking mess. This is what it is.
It's not a mess. I know what's happening. I'm just.
What's happening?
I don't know.
Kind of like you didn't know last night either.
See?
Clueless.
Okay, well,
Clueless as fuck.
I was promised a 3rd fucking chief, so I guess I'm gonna have to get that 3rd chief in here.
I'll give you a.
Yeah,
quick
I
tour for
yeah,
hours.
I think.
Clark? No, I'm joking. Dodd,
Wow,
come
you
on.
guys- Jesus God.
Pass.
Clark, come on up.
Pass.
No, not Clark. Dodd. No. Fuck off.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't prepare any speech for this
Same.
because I'm terrible with speeches. But you have served this department for a very long time, and you've gone through some. You've gone from becoming a little shit gremlin to being
Wow.
an amazing line officer and dedicated member of this fire department. And
I don't know about that one.
Congratulations, you're fired.
and
Did
I
you
would
call me
like
a shit
to
gremlin?
formally invite you to a chief position to join the higher ranks and to also continue helping us bring in some future new lieutenants as well.
Thank you.
Let's go.
I'm still
sir,
stuck on that
Dad.
shit gremlin comment.
Teasing.
Batman V2.
To be honest, everyone here is a shit gremlin.
Yes, sir.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'll take that as a
I'm
compliment.
Yeah, I don't know how to take that, but okay.
The bum's still on the pool
You're a
table.
bit late.
Got it.
There we go.
About to get flashbang.
You know I'm
White,
teasing you.
just
Welcome to
ignore
the
Thank you.
welcome to the ranks. I would like you to be there for obviously our interviews that are coming up, but we do need to
Yes.
discuss some things with the chiefs first. And we do need that
we
third chief
discussing?
there.
that was
I'll
exclusive.
explain. I'll explain once we're in the office.
Okay.
But you do have a box in the office as well. Now that
Incoming
you are able to
911.
get into the office with those keys.
Incoming 911.
Oh.
Hopefully I bought the right
Report.
size. I do hope I bought the right size.
I'm sorry, did you
In my-
say I get my own department? Woohoo, I'm a new car
No,
3. Heck yeah!
you get your
Heck
own,
yeah!
You
No.
get you get a station.
Smart ass.
Alright, I
Oh.
want Garland Station. No.
Well,
mess with you.
I think the one that needs to be overlooked is Station 8.
Again.
I'll take Station 8.
Unless you want to trade with another chief, but you ain't trading with mine. One is mine.
Yes, I'll be happy to take Station 8.
Okay. Well, in that case, there's a lot of cleaning supplies that's gone missing. The toilet paper is out. We do need some more paper and some ink as well.
Is there still blood on the carpet from when you got shot?
Probably.
Ooh,
Right
no.
now.
Too soon. Too soon.
Oh.
Okay, alright,
Oh.
alright. Just curious,
Here
just
comes
curious.
the trauma
Right.
back again.
Alrighty. I need to speak to the chiefs briefly, and then to those who did apply for lieutenancy, we will be with you soon. And I'll be with you
That
soon
TV
as
has
well.
been
Yes,
broken ever
yes, I'm
since
sorry.
it first got delivered, so no.
Yeah,
I guess I gotta get
Yeah,
my
go on,
job
Chiefs.
for once.
Bye, Chiefs.
Clark, you're fired.
That was so awkward. It made it so awkward.
Oh, here we go.
Garland, you made it so awkward.
My brain is
Car
not-
4, fire radio.
Okay.
Oh,
Car 4.
shh, shh.
I will be 10-7-1042 as Car 4, and now known as Battalion 2.
10-4, showing you 10-7-1042 as car 4, showing you 41-8 as bat 2. Congratulations.
Alright. Maverick, thank you for the subscription. Alright, I do have a hydrate. I'm only chat. Thank you for the follows as well, guys. I do apologize. I wanted to get that done. Okay, so I've got a few questions in mind, but I wanted to discuss the how you wanted to handle these questions. Do we want to base ourselves on more personality? Do we want to add in some more, because I've got a couple of hypothetical questions as well.
I didn't know I was part of this.
Well, I'm asking. Are you going to? Are you getting off?
Yeah, I was
No?
here just for the big thing, and then
Well, then I'll talk to Dog. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say earlier.
I'll go talk to the other chief.
Okay, it's good.
Or to the battalion
Yeah.
too. Can you meet me in the office, please?
Fuck.
Bye.
I'm coming.
Okay. If you would check the group chat, you'll see just how bad this is for me.
What?
The fire department group chat that we have. What the hell was that?
Let's go make sure our if you know our firefighters are okay from that.
Call some news check. 5x5.
All right, let's.
R2 to all units. Is everybody all right?
Hey, we're just a bit shooken up.
R2, can we
What was
locate
that?
the source of that explosion?
Alright, I believe we had the same sort of explosion that happened yesterday around Legion Square. I believe PD are already investigating.
M4. Alright, let's get back.
Campbell.
Yeah.
I gotta fix something that's going on with my head. It's not okay. So I'll be
Okay,
back.
alright.
Just
With
a
your
few
arms.
minutes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Apparatus?
Okay. So we are gonna go ahead and do some today is gonna be admin work, guys. I'm gonna be transparent with you. It's all gonna be transparent work. I'm not on I'm on shift, but I'm not on an apparatus. We're purely gonna be doing interviews, and maybe even some off-duty time. So what we need to do is open up my lieutenant file first of all, and get some questions going. I want a few hypotheticals that I think would be good. I have some of them, but I'm actually curious if anyone has some good hypotheticals to ask a future lieutenant. So I'm giving you all that. If you have any good ones, feel free to bring them up, and I may ask them of it. Hypotheticals like how to handle a certain situation, a scene with apparatus. Maybe a hypothetical regarding moral issue. Maybe a hypothetical regarding how they're gonna handle two people fighting. Feel free. I'm just gonna get up what I have right now.
Incoming 911. Incoming 911.
Gun is now SASP. What is SP? Oh shit, yeah, you're right. He's a trooper now. Thank you for the rampage, by the way. Kilo Foxtrot. Congrats on your 1 year as well. Well, I'm liking some of these questions. I actually like them better than the ones I have.
Charlie 2-1 County.
Big fast, you're in fire radius, sir.
I've got more specific scenario-based ones, like in one of your scenes where you are instant command, you issue orders to fire technician when they blatantly disregard your orders. I've got one. Actually, where are the ones?
Car 4 advise, I'm code 0. 2 seconds, go through traffic.
Be advised, Metro dispatchers reporting that a Metro unit is stating there's explosions near fire units.
75, A firm.
Hey fam, do you need any Metro presence?
Negative, we seem to be A-okay if somebody else wants to elaborate. Battalion 2, I think it's just locals.
Oh, they're doing the little
Receive, I'll
checkpoint.
pass on.
I love that Dodd joined back in without actually updating his name. Alright, some of these are really good. I like these questions. What about a scenario-based question? Like, you know, it's a multi-car MVA. I've got one, it's a multi-car MVA. How would you handle it step by step? That's gonna be one of mine. Let me see if we can find Dodd. Oh yeah.
I'll be 10-6, 3 to 5.
Receive 36.
Okay. Where's Dodd? Alright, I'm gonna figure out who we're gonna interview today. We're gonna be interviewing Blaze. What is Blaze's character though? I don't even see him on. Where is the battalion chief?
2?
Yes.
I believe he's code 0, ma'am.
Where is the...
Run, fucking run.
Where is our new battalion chief?
Code zero.
Code
Actually,
zero.
no.
I thought he was with you.
Oh look, there's a Metro unit. Hi Metro unit.
Where?
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, he's gone now.
Bat 2, code 0.
Yeah, also known.
Two.
Also known
Jordan
as
Dodd.
Ryan in the corner.
Blaze's character you mentioned.
Who's in the corner? You know,
It's a new battalion
that's why I'm
chief.
always hot because
Snyder?
it's 90
He's
degrees.
Snyder. Okay.
But
Is
who's in
it?
the kitchen with
Yeah,
Dinah?
a corner's 90 degrees. Did you not know that?
What do you mean?
Dinah?
Dinah.
Who's in the kitchen with
Someone's in the
Dinah?
kitchen with Dinah.
Oh, stop.
Where's my? Okay. I'll line up so can you head to the office, please.
We're gonna get fired.
Jerk.
Yeah, only for this day.
Yeah.
I love all these questions, guys. Keep them coming. These are actually really nice. Alrighty. So I was getting. So how I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna ask basic questions on obviously why they want to be lieutenant, etc. Blah blah blah. All the standard crap. Then we're gonna get into some hypotheticals. If you have any hypotheticals that you're interested in asking, feel free to ask them. This is in some way we're interrogating this person. I feel bad saying that, but that's what we're doing. We'll ask them as many questions as we need until we feel satisfied. I've got a few hypotheticals in terms of how to handle behavioral issues. If you have any further ones, feel free to ask them. I want to ask a few hypotheticals as in, they're put into a scene, a multi-crash MVA or airplane crash, whatever. Give them something, that they'll allow them to answer how they feel like they'll handle these situations. What an individual is this? I don't know, I'll take it, a deputy and come to
Have
it.
a look, see.
Oh my god.
Where's Garland gone? Because he disappeared.
Talent, I'm gonna do that scene here in GTA. Yeah, where Garland?
We're not very helpful to you.
Yeah. Oh,
Just
battalion.
lieutenant to you.
Car 2 to battalion 2. What's your ETA? Back to the office. I'm gonna do that in GTA. I'm gonna fucking strap him up to a fucking gas tank or something. All right. Well,
right.
we're just going with we're gonna go with what we have then.
First day, he's not here. Right, now I don't know.
All right. First person.
Incoming
the first person
911.
we are going to be
Incoming
interviewing
911.
because they emailed me that they are going to be going on vacation here soon is going to be Snyder.
Fire ready, XT.
Lovely jubbly.
Do you have access to? Well, actually, you don't need access to it right now. I'm trying to think. Snyder. Which number is Snyder?
76.
God, glad you guys remember that. I didn't.
Do you know what apparatus he's on right now? It looks like he's on
I
rescue.
think it's
Perfect.
Engine or ladder.
Car 2 to senior firefighter 76.
Actually, the same operation as you, squad and rescue.
Could you come up to the office, please?
Oh, shivering me timbers, I'm freezing.
10-4. Battalion 2 needs my assistance. Can I help him quickly and then be open to the office?
Incoming 911.
10-4.
Wow.
Could you hold his
Incoming
hand back to the
911.
office as well? Bring him up here.
Already inconveniencing people. Wow.
All right. Well, wait. What did they just say? We're helping the blind being the blind?
Yeah, because Snyder's a little bit blind, and Dodd can't see anything right now. So
Yeah.
at least they're helping each
Oh
other
my
with their disabilities. That's good.
Okay.
Is that like a blind on
Teamship.
blind crime or?
Okay.
Maybe.
But yeah. Once we're done with interviewing, we can discuss a little bit of it. What I'm probably gonna do is have you all email as well any feedback that you got from the interviews, things that you feel like they may need to work on. If you, we're gonna all vote on who we pass through to the shadowing phase. So.
All right, say.
But yeah,
Sounds
feel
lovely.
free to interrogate the shit out of them. We want to make sure we pick the best future lieutenants in leadership of this department.
Lieutenant Shaw from Robertson.
Go ahead.
Can you come back to the living room for a second?
Right, I'll be back in a minute. Please stand by. Jesus Christ, Mary Joseph in the weekend.
Nothing ever goes to plan.
I just want to interview people, man. I've been doing so many interviews. I've been getting new folk in and trying to interview them, and
Oh. I'll say this is just another day. Got it.
76 car 2.
Go for it.
I don't know how to
It's
get
gonna
to
be
the
about
office.
3 minutes. I gotta help him out with his prescriptions.
How many minutes?
2 minutes. He can continue without Battalion 2. He's unable to do his duties right now. I'm helping him out.
10-4. Well, I need you as well, so feel free to, be here in 2 minutes.
Hurry it up. Carpet bunched up over there again.
Guys, can you stop tripping over shit? We need to be professional.
I'm sorry. I'm no, I didn't even mean to. Do you think I mean to trip up and hurt myself?
Yeah, a little.
Right, Clark, that's not very orthodox.
What's your language, sonny boy?
I'm very sorry.
Alright. Anything else we should discuss while we're here? Anybody got anything to bring up?
My birthday today, actually.
Just to... No, it's not. Just
No.
to make sure, are we allowed to just kind of chime in at any time? Like, so, just before you ask a question, we can chime in, or is it a situation kind of, we're just kind of sitting and listening?
I see.
Cricket sounds. Did you understand, Chef? Because right now, I just see a little buffer sign above your head. Oh, she's... Oh, dear.
Oh, is she processing?
Motionless. Chief, you there? Please.
Just a blank stare.
Excuse me, Campbell. Chief Campbell. I don't know what to do.
Come here!
She scared the shit out of me.
Good. Good.
Well, thanks so much.
We got a few
Really
people to
love
interview,
that,
guys.
yeah.
So I
had
want to
my
get
back
Blaze because
broken
he's
on a
gonna be
chair,
gone.
and I've just
after.
nearly jumped on that couch.
Okay, let's get we'll get let me see who the next person is.
You did understand his
I think
question there.
I think
yeah?
Richards is one.
It's okay, it's okay.
Reprocessing. Give her a minute.
Just
Give her a minute.
Just
Okay, senior firefighter 78.
Battalion
Richards.
276 or 97 in the office.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
There we go. 27.
Don't ask again.
Route.
God, I'm literally crying right now.
I better see a white shirt on Dodd. Damn it.
Actually scared me.
Good.
No, because you were just standing there, and I said,
I know.
I
was
can't even
doing it for
remember
the
what
effect.
I
I
said.
was just staring blankly at you. I'm waiting, biding my time.
Mm-hmm.
You got baited pretty hard there, sure.
I did, yeah. That you jumped on me.
Yeah.
Gotta say, it's the first time I've been jumped on by a white shirt before. I'll treasure it, don't worry.
Let's see.
No, it's not the office. Wrong place. No, come back.
No, you've been the wrong way.
Wrong door.
Where is
Come in.
Snyder? Is that you? Snyder, get in here. Get in here. Where's Dodd?
He's coming.
Oh,
Sorry, I
yeah,
had to help him
looking
finish.
good. Yeah. Woo!
Damn it, Dodd, I was
Oh
gonna
my
do your
God.
presentation.
Do you have your bugles right as well?
Yes, I
okay.
think. I don't know. They're kind of wonky, but it's all right. I'll fix it in a minute.
That's not the right one, but yeah, okay.
Is Garland coming back?
It's not.
That's your cassette one.
Chief Badger.
No, it's not. It's actually battalion chief ones. I just don't know. I don't know which one is the right one. No, they're kind of levitating. If you catch my drift.
Oh, I can help you out with that later.
You know what? Well, yeah, we'll come.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
We'll help you.
All right, Snyder. It looks like you did show interest in the lieutenant spot, so this is going to be your lieutenant interview. As you can see, it's going to be daunting because you have 5 people here.
Yeah.
If everyone could just look menacing in a menacing way. Yeah, I can't speak English right now.
It's okay. I'm not scared of any of you.
You're not scared. Beautiful. That's exactly what we want to hear. Okay. Starting off with the first question. How long have you been in the fire department, actually?
I don't. July, roughly, of this year. So, 5-6 months. I'm not the best at counting.
Okay. Are you able to... okay, my first question is then, are you able to know how many firefighters would be on a scene and make sure you account for all of them?
Yes, I can do accountability.
Beautiful. Okay, that was just a kind of a joke one. All right. So we'll go through your questions here. First and foremost, why do you want to be a lieutenant?
So, as I stated in the application, I don't know who all has reviewed the application. Is it just been you, Chief, or has it been everyone?
It's been me. The interest. So the application you did is just an interest form.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Right now we're just asking. Just feel free to answer the questions as they come.
Got it. So, I want to become a lieutenant for a couple of reasons. Mainly, I want to be more of a leader within the department. I've been stepping up, doing multiple different jobs, such as fire trainer, certified medical instructor. I am now a search and rescue team lead, and I'm the FTO for AirMed. So I'm trying to step up and do more for the department because the department's an excellent department, and I want to be a part of it and be a bigger part of it. I want to be able to teach more people about skills and mold firefighters and paramedics into becoming better paramedics and firefighters. And being a lieutenant will help me in that process.
Okay. All right, next question. What is your idea kind of a good leader? What makes a good leader in your eyes?
A good leader, so what I like to say with a good leader is that they're not looking at you superiorly or like superior, that they're just your friend. They're there to watch out for you. They're there to help you and teach you and mold you into a better person. They need to have good character. They need to be They need to have integrity. They need to be honest. But they're the leader, so they need to be able to step up and say, deal out punishments or discipline people if it's needed. But you need to know the fine line between when that's needed or when it's a soft correction. So mainly integrity, honesty. You need to have good character as well. You need to be respected by your lower ranking individuals. You can't just be a dictator.
Okay. What qualities do you believe that makes you yourself a good leader?
A few qualities of mine. I like to be. I think that I'm pretty personable. I like to talk with people. I like to get a feel for how people are and you know what they feel that they need to be helped with within the department. For instance, I've stepped up to be a CMI, and I have a passion for EMS. I also have a passion for fire, but um, being a CMI, I can start training people, and I can mold people, teach them the correct ways and how to do things. So I want to be a teacher. I want to make sure that people are willing to come up and talk to me and be like, I'm having an issue with this, and let me give you an example. For instance, I went to a lieutenant previously about an individual that was doing some freelancing, and I want to be I want to be that guy that you can come to and talk to it and just, hey, I don't know what to do. Should I put out a complaint? Should I talk to them? What should I do? I want to be that guy where someone can come up and talk to me and feel that I'm not going to snitch on them, or I'm not going to be like, I'm too busy for you. I don't want to talk to you. I want to be able to be available for them.
All right. Out of curiosity, how important do you feel a good rapport is within the department?
A good rapport?
Mm-hmm.
Very important. You need to have a very good rapport with your firefighters, with your line officers, your chief officers, and the public. Because if you can't be trusted, how can they trust you? Trust is a two-way street. If you can't have good rapport with your lower rankings and your high rankings and your coworkers, then they can't trust you to do basic things. And that's just the way it is. So rapport is extremely important.
All right. If you could describe yourself, not in a leadership position, just in general, in 3 words, what would you choose and why?
Okay, give me a second for me to think about that.
Of course.
3 words. That's kind of a tough question. First one is I'd say a goofball, because I like to be silly with the guys. I like to make it where it's a fun environment to work here and to be here, and it's not always having to be serious. But then on another thing, accountable. I want to be accountable. You can have your silly mess around moments, but at the end of the day, if you're not accountable, then we can't trust you to do your job. And I see myself as pretty accountable. I know then captain, now chief or battalion chief Dodd, he came up to me and he said some words with me, and he was like, you could do more for the department. And I really took that into heart, and I've been focusing more on like the subdivision, like leading and trainings and stuff. And then the third word is I'd say a friend, because at the end of the day, you need to be able to step back and be there for people. And if you can't be a friend for someone, then really, what are you? You're just another boss.
Okay. What do you believe are some of your strengths that would make you a good lieutenant?
A couple of my strengths. Like I said previously, I'm accountable. I make sure that my actions are accounted for, and that there's not just gonna be I'm off doing this or that. You want to make sure that people understand what's going on and why it's going on. And if they don't understand why it's going on, then it could cause someone to get hurt. To be accountable. What was the question again? I'm sorry. With the
What do you believe? Sorry. What strengths do you feel like you have that would make you a good
strengths.
lieutenant?
Okay. Oh, well, accountability, integrity. I want to be honest with people. I want to make sure that if you come to me, you can trust that it's gonna get done, or it's gonna be. You get to trust that it's gonna get brought up to, and it's gonna be attention. It's gonna be brought up. Something's gonna happen. It's not just gonna be falling on the deaf ears. I like being pretty friendly towards the guys, so that's another attribute. You need to be personable with the people below you and above you. You can't just be I don't want to talk to you. I'm too busy, or I'm busy. Don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. You need to be there for the guys and the girls, and if you're not there, then you shouldn't be in the position you are.
Okay. Now, what do you believe are some of your weaknesses, and how are you trying to get better and improve on them?
So the weaknesses, I'm really good at saying my weaknesses, but my strengths are one hard thing to talk about. Big weakness is as we all know in this room, I can't really say it exactly, but my eyesight issue. It is an issue. But as I stated in my application for my interest form, that yeah, I understand that I do have limitations, but I don't see why that would limit me in a leadership capacity. I've brought the issues up to chain of command. I've told them, hey, I'm not comfortable doing this. Instead, let's go ahead and do this from now on. So I'm advocating for myself, so that that weakness is more of just a strength of mine, so that I'm a good advocate for myself. And that's what I've learned throughout my life is if you don't advocate for yourself, you're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to get looked down upon. And I'm advocating for myself, putting in this application, because I think I could be a really good lieutenant. But my blindness is a weakness. It is. But I'm willing to look past it. I want to work hard to get past that barrier, because it's at the end of the day, I'm here to teach and lead, and if I'm not gonna be trusted in the position just because of something I can't help, then that really looks upon the hiring process, not just what I'm capable of or what I'm not capable of. Because there's other ways of doing things. You can have different accessible things of doing things.
Apologies, guys.
So yeah, I think that's one of my biggest weaknesses is the blindness part, and sometimes I get a little sharp with people, and I'll say it out because I want to be candid. Clark, I know that you can attest to this. One day we responded. It was a Friday patrol. It was one of the late patrols. Uh, a fellow paramedic and I responded out to an officer who was shot, or an individual who was shot, and I started doing patient care. And my partner was saying some things that were not needed, and I was like, "Hey man, focus. I need you here now." That wasn't exactly the nicest way of saying it. I didn't yell. I didn't say it in a negative manner. I just like, hey, I need you here now. I don't want to argue over this. You need to have that command decision. And I guess sometimes it's not the nicest way I can say it. I could be nicer, but I don't think I've ever received a complaint of getting yelled or yelling at people. I don't see it as that. I just, hey, I need you here now. I can't have you discussing this. This isn't an argument. I need you here to help me. Clark, if you want to comment, I don't know if you remember that or not.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a in the moment decision, and I mean, arguably so, wasn't the nicest way, but you acknowledge that, and it needs to be said one way or another. You can't be working on a patient and have your partner wandering off. So, understandable.
You need to be accountable for you guys, and being that I was a paramedic in charge on that bus, and if my paramedic partner wasn't, following, or not even exactly following orders, but was just being negligent, not listening, not wanting to do their job, then what am I supposed to do? Do I just let it go, or do I say something? You have to say something, because at the end of the day, we serve the public, and if we can't trust a paramedic in charge to make sure that that patient is getting the best care they can get, then what's the point of having him in the ambulance? What's the point of having us respond if we can't, give the best patient care? And if I need to do a sharp correction, hey, get your head in the game. Then there's no reason for me to be employed here. Oh, I'm sorry. McCullough or Shaw. I don't remember. For another example, there was an incident. It was a while ago. It was up in Paleto Bay. You had to activate AirMed. We had an individual who had a jet ski accident. I don't remember if you guys do remember that incident or not, but I had to do a sharp correction on an individual who was joking around. He wasn't doing their job. They were just goofing off, like in front of the patient when we needed to do patient care. So you need to be accountable, and if you can't be accountable, you shouldn't work here. Sorry, I went on a tangent. My apologies.
No, it's fine. Okay.
I'm passionate about it.
Well, before we get into any hypothetical questions, does anyone have any general questions for him?
I have one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you were offered the job as a lieutenant, you would take on the position. What is one thing within the job role as a lieutenant that you think you could change within the department to either better the department or help the department succeed in the future?
That's a great question. I think that I can improve the department with their transparency, interagency, and to their other partner agencies in law enforcement and communications, as well as with the civilians. Like I said before, I'm pretty personable, and I feel like I've received multiple verbal complaints, and it's nothing against the individuals who work here, but it seems like whenever civilians walk up to the station, we just stare at them like, "What do you want? What are you doing here? How dare you walk up to me?" Like, that shouldn't be the attitude. We should be inviting them in the station, making them feel at home. Granted, if they're like a criminal, that's another case. But if this is just a random Billy Bob who just came up for a tour, you want to give them a tour. You want to talk with them. Express interest, because you're a public servant, and I want to bring more transparency and more personable skills so that people can walk up here and feel like it's at home, or at least they can trust the people that work here, not just we're brick walls that reply to yes or no questions and then walk off.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. That's it for me.
I have nothing.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get into some hypotheticals. Actually, quite a few. They could either be both regarding how you may handle a situation in terms of behavioral issues, or a scene itself, how you would, appoint apparatus, etc.
Danger zone.
So the very first one is going to be, there's a firefighter and a fire technician fighting over... Actually, you know what? That question is irrelevant now. I'm gonna...
Yeah, hypothetically, if you had a goldfish, what's its name?
Billy Bob 2.
It's a professional name. I like it.
Thank you.
Is that Billy Bob with a hyphen, or is that two?
It's with a Z. The Z is silent.
Oh, the Z's silent.
Yeah, it's
original. I like it.
The goldfish is from Australia, so that's why there's a Z in the same.
Clark will make friends.
I'm gonna go up.
I take offense to that.
Sorry, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry, Chief.
Okay, you know what? Let's do a standard one because it's been happening a little more. What would you do if you get a call that a firefighter has crashed the apparatus? How would you deal with it?
That seems about... that never happens. Okay, so first off, I dispatch a law enforcement officer to the incident for a report in case if there's any property damage or any other damages. I'd go out to that incident. First off,
Danger
are they
zone.
okay? Are you okay? Is the equipment okay? What can we do to fix this? we'd also want to do an investigation. You know, you have to do a piss test, make sure that they're not intoxicated. You have to figure out who's at fault. That's mainly I don't know the ins and outs of our investigations on property damage or departmental damage, but if it's us, we'll investigate why for the reason of the crash, and if it was at our fault, then we'd have to do some sort of disciplinary action because we can't just go crashing around apparatuses. The city won't like that. At the end of the day, I'd observe and report to my higher ups, to my captains, or no, there's no captains here anymore, to my chiefs, or bring it up the correct line of chain of command so that everyone is aware of the situation, what happened. So like just a quick rundown: arrive on scene, dispatch law enforcement for investigations, check for anyone that's injured, check for any damages, take evidence of the damages, get storylines, take the personnel who was operating the vehicle to go get a piss test, and then wait on the results, and then contact you guys, the higher ups. And then, of course, if it's immobile, try to get it out of the area that it's crashed. Let's say if it's on a street, you'd have to get a tow truck to go bring it out to wherever they go.
Okay. Next hypothetical. You go through an entire search and rescue scene, but at the end, you notice one of our firefighters is missing. What would you do?
Accountability. Contact incident command if I was the incident commander due to being a lieutenant or to being a team lead at SAR. I'd do a quick head count. Alright, I'm missing someone. Radio check. All operators on the fire ground, radio. Identify who's missing. Figure out where they went, what they were assigned to. For instance, let's say if it was a technical rescue call on a search and rescue. Let's say it was a boating incident, and we had one operator on the boat, so one, like the pilot, the captain, and then two tech divers. One diver's missing. I'd do an immediate try to find him, check the rope line. Just we need to figure out where this guy is quickly. Using the radio call sign, asking around, hey, do you know where he is? Hey, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? And then if you can't figure it out, then we're gonna go into rescue or RIC protocols, rescue intervention crew, or RIT, rescue intervention team. So we'd go locate the firefighter, figure out why they're not communicating, and rescue them. And then once they've been secured and rescued, go ahead and figure out, hey, what's going on? What happened? Is it a medical? Did they receive a medical injury on the search and rescue call? That's why they couldn't contact us? Because that's out of their hands. Unless if, they did an action which was in their hands that was negligent. But if the radio was off, or if they just were not paying attention, they were being negligent, I'd go ahead and bring it up to internal affairs within the department. I mean, like, hey, this is what's going on. This is what they did. Here's my evidence, and I need you to figure it out why they did that.
Okay, next question. Well, I'm gonna do it. Would you rather unlimited bacon but no more video games, or games, unlimited games, and no games?
What? Hold on. I'm sorry. Unlimited bacon, no video games.
Would you rather unlimited bacon, no more video games, or games, unlimited games, and no games? I'm fucking with you. All right, let's go.
Okay, I'm like, am I having a stroke?
Your best option is 3.
This isn't Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Okay, I get it. All right. So confused.
Go fish.
Okay.
Incoming 911.
Being in a leadership position,
Incoming
if you were,
911.
how would you handle reprimanding someone who you consider a close friend of yours?
So, I have to be careful on what I say. So, let me just calculate this so it doesn't go out of territories that we shouldn't be discussing.
Treat myself as though I did something wrong and I was a fireman. You were a lieutenant.
Oh, you two are friends?
So, yeah, Captain Dodd and I are pretty close. Him and I, we've been bonding for a little bit. So let's say Firefighter Dodd and I'm a Lieutenant Snyder. Firefighter Dodd did a fuck up on the fire ground. Well, let's say he ran over a hose with the engine. I'd be like, hey, what's going on? Why aren't you paying attention? And if it's more serious fuck up, let's say he killed someone, like he did a fuck up, and he killed a firefighter operating on the fire ground. That's a huge issue. I would delegate that task to another line officer. I'd be like, hey, I'm close to this individual. I am not comfortable making a decision. I don't think it's going to be for the best for him and for the best for me to punish this individual because one, I might be biased. People might think I'm biased in the decision I make. So I don't want any part of that. I want to hand that over to the Internal Affairs Division of the SAFR so that they can handle that disciplinary action. Because it's going to look bad if people are whispering, oh, he got off because he's his friend. No, it's not that. I don't want any part of that.
Okay. Do the line officers and or chief have any hypotheticals regarding non-scenario based things? Like scenes?
I have one, but it's semi-scenario based.
Okay, go for it.
Same Z.
So, checking the records, it states that you do not have a certification in wildland. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, Dodge.
So, being a line officer, were that to have been the case, you're required to assume command of incidents if there are no team leads for that present. Do you think that, given the lack of hold on a second.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Am I not hearing the call or?
Battalion 2, you could show Medic 5, Rescue 5, and Engine 5 en route. Rapid, you can respond as well.
I'm on Rescue 5, but Rescue 5 is...
Yeah,
yeah, you can stay put.
Rescue 5 is triple staffed, so...
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Rescue 5 from Bat 2. 576 will be staying at station.
Hey...
So...
Sorry.
Being of the...
It's very loud.
Sorry, I'll wait on the radio traffic.
Oh, so... Essentially, we got dispatched out to a wildland call. There's no wildland team leads available to take command, and I'm forced to take command.
Do you feel like you'd be able to run the scenario properly without, you know, doing anything improper or causing harm to another fireman?
No. I am not going to touch that because accountability. I don't know how they operate. How am I going to... What gives me the right to say how they operate? What gives me the right to command people that know what they're doing and I have no clue what they're doing? That's so irresponsible.
How would you handle this situation?
I'd contact firefighters on the scene. I'd ask for guidance because if there's no other higher if there's no other higher chain of command on that can help, then I'd have to because it's the job. You have to do it. But I'd take on a advisor who is a senior person in Wildland who has a good idea of what's going on. Be like, hey, I need you to help me, man. I don't know what's going on. I need your help. Can you be my advisor? If I have questions, if you see something that I fucked up, or if you're fucking up and I see something, let's call each other out on it. Let's get it done. Let's get the situation cleaned up and wrapped up, and then let's address if I did a good job later. But you know, the most important thing is accountability. You need to watch your guys, and I don't feel that I'm confident in leading people and someone I have no idea what I'm doing, and that just you can't lead people if you have no clue what you're doing. I'm not gonna do that. I'd find an advisor and I'd take advice from them, and then I just watch and try to observe, make sure it's more of a safety officer capacity instead of a command capacity. And we're like, hey, that fire's getting really close to those guys. Hey guys, pull back about 30 feet and then start doing defensive operations for whatever. But then
do you think that given the situation that this puts you in, you would be interested in picking up the knowledge for these certifications that you may be required to run?
Absolutely, because I wanna get as many subdivision or as many certifications as I can, and being that I'd feel guilty that I was put in charge of a situation that I had no clue how to control, so that I'd feel like I'd be guilty and I'd have no way, or I should not be in that position, so I'd want to learn how to do it.
Solved. I have no further questions.
Hey, Shaw.
Yeah, so mine was scenario based. Well,
Yeah, go for
it
it.
is
Yeah, let's get
scenario
into
based.
let's
but,
get into those then. Do you want to ask?
Yeah, so basically, I don't remember if it actually says this on the current lieutenant application, but if somebody was to like completely disregard the order that you had given, the order was completely justifiable. There was no reason for somebody to disregard it. But however, they did. How exactly would you handle it? How would you speak to them if the situation got escalated? How would you de-escalate it?
Okay. So depending on the order I gave, depending on the importance of it. So I'd say if there's an easy order, hey, pull a 2.5 and just stand there in case if the car catches on fire, we're gonna cut the guy out of the car. And he just refuses to do that. He goes talks to some cops. I'd walk over to him. I'd be like, hey man, I gave you an order. Can you please do it? I wouldn't do it in front of any other firefighters. I'd make sure it's just the individual and I'd keep it private. And if they still continue to refuse, I'd contact a captain or contact a chief and be like, "Hey, this is the situation. What do you want me to do?" If it's a bigger incident that's going to be a life safety issue, immediate. Hey, do what I. Hey, man, I'm telling you to do something. Please do it. This is important. And if they still refuse to order it, then that'd be more of a internal affairs part where I'd be like, all right, man, I just need you to sit here, sit in the truck. I can't trust you right now. Sit in my car until the scene is over. We're going to drive back to the station and figure out what's going on with you.
Okay.
I'd remove them from the situation because I lost trust. Their liability, they're not an asset at that point.
Okay, that's a good answer.
If I could just ask a question elaborating off of that. Let's say you're on scene and they're actively defying you. At what point would you take over? Or at what point would you kind of assign someone else to do it?
What was that, McCullough? I did shut my radio off, I'm sorry.
Let's say you're on scene and they're actively defying you. At what point would you then take over on that situation? So at what point would you, put them on the bench or assign someone else to do it? At what point would you do that?
Well, I'd clarify. I'd be like, let's for instance, firefighter Dodd, go ahead and pull a 2.5 off engine 4 or engine 6 and charge the line and sit there and just stand by in case the car catches on fire for the vehicle extrication. And let's say he doesn't respond on the radio, he doesn't move. I'll be like, okay, maybe there's a technical issue. I'll walk over him. Firefighter Dodd, go ahead and pull a 2.5 off engine 6. Stand there with the charge line in case if the car catches on fire. Then if he still doesn't listen, I'll be like, hey,
No,
what's going on,
I don't
man?
want to.
Hey, dude, I'm giving you an order. You need to do it. And then if you're going to be continually, no, I don't want to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. Or I don't know how to do that. Right, well, go ahead and stand by my car. Don't move. And I'm going to look around. Is anyone else available? All right, hey, you, firefighter Clark, grab a 2.5 off at 6. Stand there with the charge line in case the car catches on fire. And then I hope he does it. If he doesn't do it, then we have a serious discipline problem. So essentially, I'd communicate. Make sure there's no communication issue. So is the radio bugging? If he can't, is he having a radio issue? Maybe his batteries are dead. Maybe his radio had some gunk in it. He couldn't hear it. Maybe he's just deaf. I'd walk over to him. Hey, can you please do it? Ask it. Same ways. I'm not gonna yell at him. I'm not gonna raise my voice the first time. Maybe he just didn't hear me. There's technical issues. And if he still doesn't do it after that, I'd be like, hey, I'm telling you to do it. Please do it. And if they don't do it at that point, that's their third strike. Okay, sit by the bus. Go your bench.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any questions from anybody else here?
Actually, I have one more scenario I want to put you in. So let's just say you've responded to a major trauma call. So maybe 2 people have fallen off a cliff. You're treating one of the patients, and there's other paramedic practitioners treating the other patient. Whilst you're treating your patient, they go into a life-threatening situation. So let's say a cardiac arrest.
Okay.
Whilst you're running your cardiac arrest, you overhear the practitioners, so the paramedics of the other patient, doing something that would critically put their patient's life in danger or even kill them. What do you do?
How many individuals do I have on that scene? Do I just have myself and those?
You have yourself and another paramedic treating your patient, and there is 2 other paramedics treating the other patient, so 4 people in total.
Okay. So I'd tell my paramedic, Well, it's a tough decision because at the end of the day, my patient is my responsibility, but I also have a responsibility to that paramedic that they shouldn't be malpracticing. So I'd help out my paramedic and make sure that they're comfortable for me to step away. And if it's a quick, or like, all right, we're going to be pushing 0.65, liters of fentanyl or whatever, some stupid amount of medicine that they have no idea what they're doing. I'd say like, hey, double check your meds, man. I overheard you doing this. Double check it. Just friendly. Hey, it's a stressful environment, so you're not gonna be able to tell them in a nice manner, but you need to make sure that they're not malpracticing. But you also need to make sure that your patient is taken care of as well. So, I, it's a hard one. You had a really good question.
So, even though it's a hard question, I'm going to make it even more harder. I'm very sorry. But
I
let's
appreciate
just say you've told them, double check what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. Keeping in mind your patient is still in cardiac arrest, what would you do if the other paramedics refuse your order and continue with the malpractice and continue doing what they would do? Like
Is
the
there
I
is their
did.
patient in a critical, or is their patient?
Their patient is suffers major trauma, and whatever they're doing is going to end up putting them either in a position where they could go into cardiac arrest or what.
Okay. They're both paramedics on that other
Yes,
patient.
they're both paramedics.
Okay. I tell them, hey, whoever's giving that order, you need to recheck your protocols. The other paramedic, you're the paramedic in charge. You're taking, because I can't trust you to do, if you're doing malpractice in that manner, that's going to cause great bodily harm or death to a patient. I can't trust you to be able to be a paramedic in charge. First off, address the issue. Hey, don't do that. Double check your shit. Okay, they refuse to double check their shit. They continue to do stupid stuff. Okay, you're not the paramedic in charge. Other guy, you're the paramedic in charge. Start doing good patient care. If they still refuse to do it, request mutual aid. So request more people to the scene for more hands, for like getting the engine company out there for the cold blue, and then because this event is such a fast moment, you can't make a perfect decision on scene, so it might get heated. Hey, you need to do this. You're not the paramedic in charge. He's the other paramedic is going to step up and start doing the correct procedures, and then I'd make a note to the chief medical officer or the EMS supervisor. Hey, they're doing this, and it could have caused this. You need, please address it, because at the end of the day, yeah, I'm a lieutenant, but I'm not. I don't believe I'm under their chain of command, being that they're a paramedic. That it's your guys' responsibility as chief medical officer, deputy chief medical officer, to make those decisions and their punishment. But
So,
go ahead.
Last question from me. I won't too much more time. But let's say the scene's now over. Both patients are now in hospital. What would you do after the scene to then address the problem?
Okay. I'd separate the paramedic who was doing the malpractice, bring them into a quiet environment that is confined so that no one else can hear them. Like, hey man, I want you to walk me through what you thought happened with that scene and what you could have improved on. And if they're just being negligent, I did the best I could. I did everything that I was taught. I'm a perfect paramedic. I'm a paragod. You can't tell me I'm doing anything wrong. Make a documentation to the chief medical officer, deputy chief medical officer. So, all right, well, I can't trust you to do medical practice right now. So you're gonna be reassigned to another apparatus. I'll throw them on a fire apparatus, and I'll make an immediate note to the deputy chief medical or the chief medical, and let them handle the situation. But in the immediacy, bring them to a quiet room, ask them what they think they could have improved on, and then educate them in a good manner. Hey, instead of doing this, do this. And then
His
document
responses are
it,
really good.
throw them
I like
off the
them.
bus if it's a horrendous thing, like they're trying to do some stupid crap.
Bye. Sorry, it's boring, guys,
They're
but
trying to
it's
do a
gotta be
tourniquet
done.
over the head or on the neck because their neck is bleeding. Then that's at that point I can't trust them to do basic crap. So they're going to be thrown on another truck. They're going to be thrown on the engine or the ladder until until it gets addressed. And if it's horrendous, where it's like very, very bad, where it killed the patient because of their malpractice, I don't know my exact power as a lieutenant, but I would, hey, I'm gonna drive her to the station after this call. You're gonna clock out. You're gonna go home, and you're gonna wait until someone contacts you about what you did. Because I can't have someone operating on the fire ground, or I can't have anyone operating in this department if they don't know the protocols. And if they can't handle it, they shouldn't be working here.
That's all the questions I have.
Nothing
Okay.
from me.
Okay, there is going to be a multi-MVA pileup on Oceanic Highway. Let's just say there's 4 vehicles involved, one being a semi. You'll have every single apparatus that we generally have at disposal. What would be your, and let's say a full set of firefighters as well, 18. What would be your callouts, and where would you put everyone during that situation?
Okay, so initially, page out. Fire department respond to blank intersection on Great Ocean for a 4-vehicle motor vehicle accident with a semi. Dispatch rescue ladder, engine, both medics, EMS supervisor if available, command, and then we'd start responding. First unit would give me a good size up, but unfortunately, this is an issue that we do have, which is units that are first on scene are not good at doing callouts. They're not good at doing scene size ups. So when I'd first show up, I'd be like, car 76, I'm on scene of blank intersection with a 4-vehicle motor vehicle accident involving a semi. Engine, I'm gonna want you on any fire suppression. Ladder and rescue, I want you on rescue for triage. So they're gonna be going out making sure, okay, who's all entrapped, if there's any entrapments. Medics, I want you to start triaging, and I'm gonna be taking command on blank intersection. And we'll go ahead and address apparatus placements. Request immediate state for them to shut down the highway. Accountability, you don't want anyone to get struck by traffic. Make sure everyone's in their proper PPE, BSI, life safety vest, turnout gear, high visibility equipment, helmets, wearing all their shit they should have. The medics should be grouped together in a safe location, either in the median or in a parking lot if available, so that they can do safe patient care. I don't like having patient care on the side of the highway. It's too noisy.
Incoming 911.
You can't really do. It's really
Incoming
stressful. You don't want to get
911.
hit. I'd park the bigger apparatuses, rescue, and the tower in a manner where it blocks traffic, and an engine will be a little closer to the scene because they need to have a hose line in case if the any vehicles ignite. I'll have the rescue and the truck company, or the rescue and the ladder company. We'll go ahead and look through all the 4 vehicles, checking for any patients entrapped. I'll throw the rescue on the semi because the rescue crew should be more knowledgeable in rescue operations, and the semi is a bigger what's it called, hazard. Do we know what the semi was carrying, or is it just an empty semi?
Let's just say with a trailer, empty trailer.
An empty trailer. Is there any placards on the trailer?
No, just standard trailer.
Just standard trailer. Okay, so like I said, rescue company is going to be on the semi. The ladder company is going to be on checking out drivers, all the other vehicles. The medics are going to be conjointing with the rescue and the ladder truck for patient care. And then I'll have the engine look over for fluids, and there will also be checking for any fire on the scene and any major hazards. State should have been on scene already, so they shut down the intersections near the roadway. And I'll just delegate, keep an eye on what's going on, make sure everyone's life safety is alright, and just take it from there. Normal standard operations.
All right. Anybody have any questions off of that one, or?
No, that's nothing from me, thanks.
No.
Negative.
Okay. Let's say there's a mass casualty search and rescue situation, and we are understaffed. With what you know of with the fire department, how would you handle a situation like that?
Can I get a little bit more detail with the search and rescue call? Is it a
Let's
boat? Is it an aircraft? A confined space rescue?
let's say it's an aircraft crash in the airport. You know, it didn't take off; it just crashed. There's multiple
Okay.
people injured.
Do we
And-
know how big the aircraft is?
Fucking God.
Small, medium, large?
Okay, let me
He's
let-
wanting specifics
I
here.
know he wants specifics, which is a good thing. All right, let's just say this is a small plane crash of 8 people. The plane never took off. It ended up having the front wheel basically breaking, and it smashed into the cement, and then they crashed into a God damn it, what are those airplane
Go for it.
garage thing? What are those called?
The hangars?
Hangars, yeah, it crashed into a hangar.
Okay.
Front end of the one of the engines is gonna be smoking but not on fire, and
Yeah,
you are going to only have one medic, one engine, and one
Excuse me for a
ladder staffed. How would you handle a situation like this,
One
knowing
medic, one ladder, one engine staffed.
yes, knowing what we have in terms of resources?
Just to do a
Try to see if you'll
quick
get
size up,
UHC.
We do car 76 on scene. We have engine, a ladder, and a medic on scene of a turboprop aircraft with 8 entrapped parties. Crashed into a hangar.
Seeing if you'll
Engine,
remember
I'm gonna want you
UHC.
on fire extinguish operations. Ladder, I'm gonna be having you on aircraft rescue personnel. Medic, I'm gonna have you suit up in your turnout gear. And we'll just have you triage. We're gonna have you set up a triage point, roughly 30 to 50 feet away from the aircraft in case of any combustion. Depending on how bad the aircraft collided into the hangar, I'd want to make sure that the hangar is secured and stabilized so it doesn't collapse on us. But that's really our main goal right now is life safety. So we'll try to remove the personnel from the aircraft, and we'll make sure that there's no fire, no combustion happens on the aircraft. And I want medics to stay a little bit away, and due that we have low people, I'm gonna want to make sure that we're all okay, that in case if an explosion happens, that we do have a rescue team that could take off. So I'd sit there and I'd delegate one medic to be, hey, just have your pack on your back in case if something were bad to happen, that we can go and rescue individuals that happened from the combustion. I'd start spraying foam onto the aircraft's engines, make sure the engines are shut off and there's no leaking fluids, and then we'd move in. And because we all know, well, I hope we all know that aircrafts have a lot of fuel in them, and being that it was just about ready to take off, it would reasonably have a lot in its tank. So my huge concern is combustion. So spray the hell out of it with foam, and then we'll need to use our rescue tools to get the patients out of the aircraft, and then normal operations from there.
Okay, would you call any other units?
Well, we don't really have that many units available, but I'd request Metro for more of a perimeter. I'd contact the air traffic control tower at LSIA and notify them that we have an aircraft incident. I'd contact the state police in case if they would want to come down, since they come down majorly due to major incidents. And I would contact the dispatchers, say, hey, close LSIA for inbound. We have an aircraft accident at this intersection on this taxiway, or this section of the airport. And since we don't really have any firefighters, I'd request an off-duty page for fire techs and fire officers to come in with more apparatus.
Come on, UHC.
Since I don't recall if I don't think AirMed is at LSI. I think it's at Search and Rescue headquarters, so we wouldn't be able to utilize that. So essentially what I just said, this law enforcement partners, the dispatch partners, and then our ladder truck is on extrication, our engines on combustion control, and our medics are on triage.
Okay, are there any other units you could think of that you may be able to call in to help out?
Can you explain a little bit more, please?
All right. Let me ask you a question that you'll answer, and then I'll let you. I want to see if you can decide for yourself what other units you can bring in. What is your opinion on interdepartment relations?
My opinion on inter-department relations.
Yes.
Within the fire department.
Yes, with other departments here.
Well, I request a lot of people to come out for more hands, but at the end of the day, it's an aircraft accident, and I can't trust law enforcement officers to be doing rescue intervention because they're not trained on it. You know, do an off-duty page, and
Right, but there's more things to do with an aircraft than just the fire department side of things.
Yeah.
Oh, you want us to do a whole? Okay, well, if we could, we get. I believe it would be the Department of Transportation down there for a. No, I think it's the FAA or whatever. You get the government agency to come down there, in order to. I see what you guys are getting at. I was looking more at the fire department operations, not the whole scene as a whole.
Yeah, you have everything at your disposal, so.
Okay, well, I'd make sure that I get some crews down there to make sure the hangar isn't going to collapse. Make sure that the hangar is getting looked at in this, what's it called? Make it so it's stable and it's not going to fall. Contact the airport crews and make sure that operations stay away from the incident. Law enforcement for the investigations part. Fire marshal if it needs to come out for that investigation. I don't know why the fire marshal would come out, but if they do, they could. I don't know what they do. Public information officer would come out for a to do their press release, and they're talking with other agencies, being a liaison. Contacting the state police for their what's it called, incident command team.
All right.
Their incident command team could come down to help us. Maybe I know they have a tactical team for the LSPD, so maybe they have some rescue training. So request a what's it called, a rescue team from the LSPD or some more units down there. I think that's the best I get, unless if I'm completely missing something. I'm gonna look stupid after you tell me.
Anybody wanna? Anyone wanna give them? Don't worry about answering. Not
So
you know
the
nothing.
primary things that you're going to want to deal with these is obviously what caused the incident. So
Okay.
if this is a bird strike or something like that, then we don't have to worry about that, because most of the time when these bird strikes happen, they're close to the ground, not at high altitudes.
Correct.
And a lot of the times it's going to be close to the airport, and the airport
Not what I was
itself is
talking-
going to take care of that.
Not what I'm talking
If
about.
it's another thing that caused it, such as like malpractice or something like that, that's something LEO is going to have to look into.
Okay.
So you're going to make sure that you have the state come down, since they're going to be handling that. You're going to make sure you have the FAA informed, and state will take care of that as well.
Okay.
You want the county jurisdiction, so if that's in Metro or in SO, you want to make sure they're informed of it. Obviously, if it's on a freeway or something like that, you don't have to worry about it because state's already coming. You want to make sure that the pilot's taken care of. You want to make sure that anybody that was on board is taken care of. Obviously, if there's fire, you want to mitigate that hazard. If it's an incident where there's something spilled out of the aircraft, such as fuel or coolant or something like that, then it may become a hazard situation. You may have hazmat. There's a million different things that can happen with an aircraft incident. It just depends on how big it is and where it landed.
Right. There's. Sorry to interrupt. There is just one thing. There is one thing. You know, obviously these little details, they'll come in time. But there's one small little thing you could do to help out in the triaging part of the all the victims, because there were 8 victims. So is there anything you could think of?
Oh, I see what you're getting at.
Uh-huh,
Okay. Yeah, thanks. Sure.
mhm.
Thank you. All right, well, contact UHC for them to come bring some buses down.
Bingo.
Sorry.
No. I just wanted to see if you could figure it
Thank
out.
you for calling me. No,
yeah, it's because
I appreciate that. I was looking, I'm like, what are you trying to get me at?
Yeah.
I was too focused on our operations within the department. I
Exactly.
was like,
And sometimes, you know, when we are understaffed, it's okay to ask help from other departments. You know, we obviously have power and electric to help out things like that. We've got UHC if we are critically understaffed with medics, which sometimes happen. You know, if it's a multiple gunshot wound, you know, slaughter, for instance, you'll obviously have all those, you know, units around Metro or state troopers, and all of them have, you know, the medical, what are they called, the combat medics to help you out. You can always ask for help there. Probably not in a situation like this, because, you know, no gunshot wound victims, but sometimes there are mass casualties where it's bank robberies or a lot of people got shot down. You can always request combat medics to help you out. tac
Okay.
meds, whatever. Yeah, just so there's so many resources out there that we have to our disposal when we're understaffed. Because sometimes it will happen. It will.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh man, I knew I was missing something.
No,
I work for UHC too. I'm a RN over there. So I was like I completely forgot they have an ambulance service. I was so focused on my operations and controlling my guys instead of having them come out and help us. Shit.
No, it's fine. This is an interview. It's not, there's no, oh, if you get this question wrong, you're automatically out. So don't worry about it.
Fuck. It's been a
Okay.
pleasure working with y'all.
Just one little thing. In a case like this, I would keep the swearing down a little bit for the professional matter. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm working on it. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'll
fine.
try it.
It's fine. Any further questions that people have? Because that was my final one in terms of hypotheticals.
I don't think I have any. No, I think I've asked all I need to.
Either of you.
No questions I have had have been covered.
I've got nothing. Thank you.
Okay, you are done here, Snyder. Thank you for the coming here to interview. Sorry it was so long. We want to make sure we're thorough.
That's okay. I have a couple questions for you guys, if you don't mind me asking.
Sure.
If it's too fast, or if you need me out of here, just kick me out. Do any of you guys have any questions about my eye issues that I can address to you one-on-one that you
All right. See, now
believe is,
that question crosses the line. We can't answer that.
You almost
I'm
made
gonna
me
have to
cuss again.
contact my FOP rep. Unfortunately, I can't disclose.
I just want to have, because I feel that I'm capable of stepping up to this position, but I want to make sure that everyone thinks that they can rely on me to operate in this capacity. And if you don't think I can, I want to hear it and I want to be able to talk to it and talk to you guys about it. But if no one here thinks like that, that's an awesome.
I believe we spoke about this briefly when you came over with the interest of the fire instructors. As long as you understand that as a lieutenant, you're required to be able to fill any position possible. As long as you understand that and you're capable of fulfilling that, I've got no problems.
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean,
go for it.
It isn't so much a concern. It's seeing is only one part. And I mean, it's not to say that you can't see, but see if you can visualize what's going on and you can hear what's going on around you, then I mean, there's no doubts in my mind that you'll be fine, sir.
Excellent. Chief Shaw.
I
don't know. He's gone.
Yeah, as long as you can see what's going on and you're not missing any details, because when you're in a leadership position, you're going to be thinking about multiple things: the safety, the how are you going to treat all your patients, how are you going to handle this, blown up vehicle, all that. It includes anywhere to the smallest details, as in, hey, why is rescue driving on the fucking beach when there's soft sand? It's so many little details that you learn over time that you just need to be mindful of, and that's it. As long as you can see or at least understand that, then you should be fine.
All right, awesome. And one last question, so you guys can wrap it up. Go to the other candidates. What made you decide that I was, a good enough candidate to go up to the interview process, the interview phase? Excuse me.
I'm gonna be honest. Everyone who put in an interest form for lieutenancy is going to get an interview. It wasn't anything. Yeah, sorry. I know that's pretty harsh. Because we want to give everyone a chance to respond to these questions and really give all they got. In terms, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I think your interview went pretty well. Personally,
Thank you.
If we truly believe that you were not lieutenant material, then you would have gotten an interview in general. But I think everyone who's shown interest is to some extent we see him as someone who could go up.
Excellent. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just said
Like,
that
unless-
was my last question. One last question. Do you guys have anything that you want me to work on in this period while I'm on my vacation until I get in contact with you guys next?
your weaknesses, obviously your eyesight, you can't really improve on that, but I know for
Oh.
a fact that there will most likely be more than one weakness. So if you can, try and find those weaknesses, pinpoint them, work on them, and then once you come back from your vacation, you can rely those back to us and say, hey, I've had some time to self-reflect whilst I've been on vacation, and this is what I have seen as a weakness, and this is what I have done to counteract that and to better myself.
I can do that. Thank you guys for your time.
Well, for me, in a professional manner, when you're higher up there, you need to. The only feedback currently is just work on the swearing. I know you said you're working on that. Because I swear a lot as well, but when I'm on a scene and whatnot, I try to keep it to a minimum. So just be wary of that. That's it.
Sounds good. I'll work on not cussing and I'll eat more carrots. And I
Believe me, it's hard for me too.
Yeah, we all
natural
do.
to me. You just
Don't forget I'm British.
I would say one thing to bear in mind, and I noticed this during your questions, is try and distance yourself from the "they're my friend, I can't discipline them" mentality. Ultimately, your friend should be respectful of the position that you're in, and being able to
I do swear a lot.
distance yourself
Bitch.
from the friend side of things and approach it as an officer and understand that, hey, something went wrong, we need to address the situation, is very important. And friends, true friends that are here will understand that, hey, I did something wrong, I need to change that, and I'm receiving the consequences from that. And nobody's really going to look at you wrong or sideways about you doing your job. So I wouldn't consider that a negative aspect in that, and I wouldn't try and push that off onto somebody else.
Understood. Appreciate you guys' time. Thank you. I'll work on those things.
Okay, and depending on how things go and how we look into things, if you do go through the next phase, we will try obviously be giving you a lot of feedback to also work on as we go through everything. So
Sounds good. Appreciate you guys'
in
time.
4 to 6 business years.
Oh.
Yeah,
that
you'll
long,
receive
come
a
on.
letter in the mail. A smiley face means good.
Well, please put it in
you
braille.
know what? I'm very tempted to do that now. Just an email. If you were given it the next phase, it's just gonna be a smiley face.
Oh my god. Don't tell him either. That'll confuse him.
If you lost, you get a frowny face.
Alright,
You know what? I'm gonna make a note just for him. If I send an
The
email, it's
decision
going to
is
be either a
mutual, you
smiley
get a
face or a unhappy
probably.
face.
Oh no.
If the decision is pending, you'll get like one of those straight faces.
yes.
What if you send me like one of
I'm
those
gonna do
upside down
this.
smiley faces?
Means we're not sure.
It means
Yeah,
we're pretending that we like you enough, but we're yeah.
It's a nice way of saying you've been denied.
Alright.
All right, have a good
Incoming
one.
911.
Yeah.
Incoming 911.
Okay. That was a long interview.
My legs are sore.
Yeah.
So am I. I was gonna get a chair and sit down, but we were already short for time.
Yeah. Do you have access to the interest forms, if you know what I mean?
No.
Okay,
No,
I think I made that cheese, but I'm probably gonna open that up so you guys can at least just read the responses. Please, I mean, what do you think initially?
So I might be biased on the opinion, but I feel he has the right drive and the motives behind it. I believe that he has the ability to get the job done. I feel like a little bit of counseling wouldn't hurt him on it. I'd like to see him in the position. Just minor things to work on. But then again, we all have minor things that we can work on.
Okay.
Oh, sure. I knew you wanted to say something.
You sure you don't want to go?
No. Hafty.
Okay. Yeah. No, I do think it would be good for him, but obviously, we will. Well, we won't, but you guys, as chief officers, will evaluate them throughout. If they do get accepted through their LTIP phase, with things like that. I think if there was a stern chief that was with him to point him in the correct directions, as well as also let him kind of do his own thing, then I think he could develop himself.
Yeah. So I'm telling you now, you as lieutenants are also going to be helping the mentor and advise them as well. That's
All right.
something that's gonna be new. You just need to write feedback. That's all. We want to write feedback on every thing that every time you shadow them or you you appoint them leadership of a scene, you'll want to write a feedback on how they did, what they could improve upon, what are some of the concerns. I've got kind of a form that I'm going to be making for that just to make it easier. But yeah, we are going to allow our captains and lieutenants to help bring these new folks up to standards for lieutenancy.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. It's probably good to have more minds on it than one.
Exactly, yeah. And you guys, you're lieutenants for a reason, and I trust you enough to help us make the decision on who we should bring up.
Lovely.
Yeah. How many news do we have out there? 'Cause I don't think I have time for another interview if they're going to last 45 minutes.
That one was quite long, to be honest. Yeah.
Very long answer.
Got tingles in the bottom of my feet.
Yeah.
I think addressing it beforehand and saying that we should keep it short and
Incoming
simple
911.
answers would be a lot more
Incoming
beneficial.
Yeah, I wanted to this
That
I've
was
got
very
those I've got
extensive.
those yeah, I'll send out the standard questions because any chief at least a chief has to be present for a lieutenant application, preferably another line officer and or a chief too. I'll send out those questions to you, Dodd, as well, and then the hypotheticals, they can literally be anything. I prefer some being, behavioral issues, like how are they going to handle someone that undermines them, how are they going to handle someone that, goes missing, how are they going to handle malpractice, etc. And then hypotheticals like, what are what units are going to send out to this airplane crash, blah, 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 blah.
If you had a choice between a donut and a burger, which would you choose,
You know what?
If you had the choice between a donut and a burger, which would you choose?
I think
donut and a
she
what?
might choose
That's
the
to see if they're
donut.
really
Burger.
firemen or if they're
Burger.
officers.
Those are
Burger.
two very different things. Why would you even ask that?
Well, if they choose the
Because-
donut, we know they're meant to be a cop.
Well, I would have choose the donut. Well, I guess I'm resigning now. I'm going to become a police officer.
I literally just ate a donut before this too, this shift, so I guess I'm leaving too.
What
Goodbye.
flavour? Go on. What flavour?
Barbarian cream.
Caramel's
Thomas,
best.
you
What
Sorry.
does that
asked us that
even
before
mean?
anyway.
I don't know.
that's-
It was delicious.
Did, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I completely forgot.
Well,
Okay,
we're weaning
is-
out the true firefighters.
Is anyone gonna be around long enough to do another interview? Because I'm not.
I
God.
I'll be here.
Okay. You wanna conduct probably another interview with another?
Sure.
Okay.
Very nearly
I'll
20
quickly get you access, to the files
Do
on
I
the computer.
have to turn on a body cam for it?
No, as long as preferably have one of these two, or as many line officers as wants to be a part of it.
These two. She's
Then
forgotten
I'll
our names,
I'll
she's forgotten
trust you and the other
50.
person to just put down any notes of how you felt the interview went. That's it.
You're relevant.
Right.
Yeah, you're
Sounds good.
irrelevant. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want to shoot that over to me, and I'll.
Yeah, I'll do that to you, and then you can decide who's gonna go next. We've got. Got my
Get the
clipboard here.
glacier on. These two. I'm sorry, I'm still focusing.
His
on that.
interest form was actually really good too, by the way.
I would not like to smell your breath, Brian. Please.
We've got Morgan, Sanchez, Harless, Winthrop, Davis, Richards, and Daniels.
He told me he made it quite detailed, so.
Yeah, he did. His interest, all these interests. I mean, his interest form is
Being
definitely
cold.
very good. So
All right, well, I can
anyway,
go down
anyways,
and
I'm
find
going off to a little
Oh,
early,
gosh.
so I'll let Dodd handle the next
Somebody's
interview.
calling you on the radio.
Again, I'd prefer another line officer here for that, please. And otherwise, congrats on your
See,
promotion
madam.
and nice seeing you all. Can I have a rate
Well, at
list,
least
please?
we're not
It feels
referred to these
unnatural.
two now. It's your.
Yeah, and you guys can just, again, just go wild with
wow.
the hypotheticals.
If a tiger strikes you in the middle of a scene, what do you do?
I'm actually. Please ask that. Please ask that. No, seriously. Just say if a cougar attacks you in the middle of a scene. That's actually not a bad. That's actually not a bad question. I wonder what they
Fine,
do.
you make a jerk. I'll refrain. I'll refrain.
Do it. Oh. I see.
Oh, you picked up on that?
Yeah, I picked up on it. Yes, ask if a cougar attacks you in the middle of the scene. Don't even specify
Yeah,
what kind of
alright.
cougar. Okay.
Okay.
Don't specify
I want to
what
see if
they
they'll
are.
ask. No.
Don't
Don't
jumping on
specify
anyone
if they
else.
ask what
Like
kind.
the animal kind or the old kind?
Don't specify.
Yeah.
I want to see if the candidate asks what kind.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good luck. All.
Enjoy the rest of your
You
night.
got
They go jumping
Have a
on
good night.
anyone now.
Hello. Hello.
What? Huh?
Go. Just go with it. Don't worry about it. I was trying to flip him off. I was trying to flip him off. Apparently the bird doesn't work. Alright, I do have to get up a little early, guys. I've got something to do. I'm so sorry. I would be there for another interview, but I really need to hop off. We'll be probably doing another one tomorrow, but focusing a little more on patrol. Alright, everyone. We are going to go ahead and raid the next person. We'll be doing a Red M stream. I don't know which one yet, but let's go ahead and go to Richards. Do Richards, because he might get his interview today. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Go to bed, Talon. Have a good night, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow for the next SAF stream and or later tonight. Go give this guy some love. Bye.
Danger.